Adom TV so ene anwumre ba bia obi amamo akwaba e de aba dwuadie no eso woni se ya wada bia ebo nonkron epaim a ye de Agoro ne fom dwuadie no ebreo ewo Adom TV so na sa dwuadie we maka kire se nsem a unti o TV bia so de amanfo ntimi mbisa nsem a atwetwere yebo a eno se ebisa na mpanyifo timi bie mu ka kire ya ebeboa ama Ghana sports Ghana Agoro no atimi etumpon no na yebisa ewa ha nti ye ni mpanyimfo a omano so edu dwam a omo kasa ema nneema timi sesa na ehyemu anwumre bia ya woda anwumre bia ewo Adom TV so etimi da se ena no anwumre so wakai se wode u TV no ebeto Adom TV ye wo azoye mede ni kwadwo mensa moshosho enne so me wo opinion bi a ne ho hia pa a very important personality a se odon no so timi ba bi ohye no so toto ne niema yie na otimi ye de se na fata e benya nsunsuanso papa e o Ghana Agoro no so nti me da se na manije se enanwumre waka me ho na me de Agoro ne fom dwumadi ebrel e wo Adom Ago anasa Adom TV so e GH kwadwo Ghana fo nyina kwadwo abusanfo ene anwumre ana na dwi bia wo bia no munta machi na ensew no mimisa de sede fata a wo fia woni beje ho ema wo mami entwa me ho emra na me ba onipa me de na ba nle a me ne betwetwe nkomo no mebo ne din na madane din madane di akyerew na wo hu ne wi a afei ensema esefata no mabisa no Agoro ne fom nie twa me basisia Adom TV so na wani gusu a wo hwe no medase se gusu a wo hwe de ekoso ha no Agoro ne fom dwumadi no na kwadwo mensa moshoshu masi nkonwa ene anwumre a de sene fata no me de eba no na ende me ni opanyini baako na na wote se me de National Sports Authority opanyini oda no me de ne ba ama mbisa ne nsema ebeboa ma Agoro no atimi atumpon na okansem bebre kire e wo hanmo echesade baako a ese Ghana sports football politics because ye politics ama ende yi no obi obeba bia no insese obehwe oman no de say ye ono be obetimi di aboa no na ode aye amanyosem ba ade ba ko a the other sporting disciplines omode sobo ebo eni say football nti na other sporting disciplines no etimi konanim no na football no kra no a ye say enu nti other sporting disciplines etimi konanim no ehfa ne aye amana kodu now obia ebo football for no sobo say Enyeman Koye. Mamene executive committee member of the Ghana Football Association. Na enkraha oba enkramantem ha no Greater Accra Regional. Ono na football nyina ehye nsa. Ono no ye the Regional Football Association chairman. A member of the executive committee of the Ghana Football Association. Or ye chairman of the referees committee. In this own say ye bobo na referee jinfimfini na odia sa referees no o maswe ye o FA on the dano ansana ono aso san ye the chairman of the Black Stars B team no management committee owura edi committee doku is there doku ajumre majo bibia boko de Adom TV bia boko me da se nwumre meto nsa fra waba Adom TV waba hada
well
o live waba live programs so say that
no on Adom TV
yeah
I think I'm
say the me no te hai
very privileged to be here today, you know. I'm honored.
yeah ma honest mame
I'm very privileged and honored because what friend say nobody can Ghana football.
Okay. Mr. Midasi, We are a member of the Executive Committee of the Ghana Football Association, Greater Accra Regional Football Association Chairman. Yanka Regional Woman Accra. You own manage football, Greater Accra?
Yeah, by the grace of God, I am the chairman of the Greater Accra Regional Football Association.
You should be Simam Yudumi and Sambi Cheme. State of football in the Greater Accra region. This is the capital region. Football from coast, Ediba second division. Sena Echo. Over describing saying said the football echo L region CCA.
Since here, I cannot blow my own horns. Now, but I think that we are moving forward. We are moving forward gradually. I think that this year in particular, we have introduced another step into the second division, where first now you have teams almost 90 teams, 90 second division clubs.
90 second division clubs.
Now we want to attract sponsorship, which will push the game ahead. And then the regional position is asked all regions to play around 50, no more than
5-0.
5-0, as second division. So we have reduced the number from gradually we have reduced the number from 90 about to 60.
But Mr. Hold up for me. Now, my name is Mr. Eddie Doku, chairman of the Greater Accra Regional Football Association and a member of the Executive Committee of the Ghana Football Association. Mami Sima Bakope, me basisia. Why? Adom TV sudie yeda se woni gusa wo hwe Adom Agoro from Jumadie no na yede ebrel no Mr. Edidoku na menene gusa na wo kan bibi dia fa the state of football in the region.
Well, okay.
Osi ekoye
pa. The region
Greater Accra region.
Yes. This is a very, very peculiar region where everybody in Ghana wants to run to, in every sphere of business, especially in football, all over the place, they all want to run to Accra. So you need to have a pragmatic way of managing the region. We have 12 districts, football districts. They are not necessarily coterminous to the political districts.
Okay.
We have got 12 football districts.
Tomorrow we're creating more football districts.
Yes.
Okay.
So that we have about 49 political districts, but we have put them into 12, into 12 districts. Now, after the districts, which have their chairmen and their various executive committees, we move on to the region. With the region, we have the second division, which used to be close to 90, it was 86 or so, but now we have brought it down to 60, and we have a second division, upper second division and lower second division this time, so that you will get promoted from the district third division to the lower second division before you go to the upper second division, where the champion will be promoted to the national division 1, that is DOL.
Okay.
National division 1.
Division 1,
league.
yeah, I know, zone 3.
Yes, that is what we have now. Now this year we started a regional juvenile league. Hitherto, now juvenile league now were districts no. Let's say they were regional juvenile league. You use 24 clubs. These 24 clubs are divided into eight zones. So this time the districts, we have got 12 districts, but only 7 are qualified to be promoted because of the sort of league, the strength of their league. So at the end of the season, 7 out of the 24 will come down to the districts, and the champions of the 24 districts, champions of the seven serious districts will be promoted to the regional. So we have an effective regional, and that is the only of this kind in the whole Ghana. Okay,
regional league. Mobile regional league, juvenile league, yeah. Regional.
Yes.
Okay, some mobile regional juvenile league. Everybody not to coast because I'm not for see coast football. I say because for the past 3, 4, 5 seasons, you won't coast football. Coast football no. A best time back. Will it come back? Coast football na a produce Atakwa Moniampon, Abu Idrusu, Emmanuel Bentel, and Sebastian Barnes. A best time baby.
I'm surprised. All the names that you have mentioned, 3 of them came through my hands.
Your hands?
They played Prisco Minis.
Prisco Minis,
a club that I founded.
Wow.
Atakwa Maniampon, Sebastian Barnes and Emmanuel Bentel. We used to call it the Porti.
Yeah.
You know, they played. They are nurtured from 12 years. You know, you mentioned 4 and 3 of them. So I think that I'm in a place to know what to do about juvenile football. Now, the question about juvenile football, we is another thing altogether.
Yeah.
I think that in those days we didn't have as many. Now in Accra alone, Greater Accra, talking about 300 third division clubs.
300
and over. You are talking about close to 100 second division clubs now in Accra. In those days, we had only 10. When I joined the second division in 1987, thereabouts, you know, we had only 10, including Liberty that as we have now. We're only about 10. Now you're talking about 60, you know, plus the lower, we're talking about 100. So what I am saying is that the emphasis on juvenile went down because we had other options in third division and in second division. You know, so either it was only juvenile and some small number of third division and second division. But now if you are talking about 300 second division, the viewership, you know, will spread. The viewership will spread. And once the viewership spreads, you know see the emphasis anymore on what used to be, you know, the attraction in the juvenile sector.
Okay.
But I think that with the regional league, the ground, which is the districts where the juvenile clubs are many, will be tilled.
No, but Mr. Didoku, Ukotema, for example, Ukotema, Tema League, now Uka Press Communist.
Yeah.
Ukotema Committee 2, BBC. Every Saturday, Sunday, Ubekona, Yebobo.
Yes.
Bose, a teams are what Tema Yatiti, Habo City, Ebia Young House, Young Kotoko Press Communist, Mobo, Ubeko Tema Committee 4, Yebo, Uko Vakupa, Committee 7, Yebo, Uko Committee 8, Yebo. Sadie no onyini say na it was the way to go and then any obium and eguso.
In those days we didn't have a Tama District Football Association, so people were playing it in pieces, bits and pieces. But now we have a Tama District Football Association, and the Tama District alone is made up of about 30 clubs, 30 juvenile clubs, about 30 juvenile clubs. The Tama District. Now we have a Shaman District. They also have their clubs A and B, where A and B, their levels. A and B. They're also talking about 20 or 25 juvenile clubs. Then when you come to Teshin and area, we call them Accra East. That's the eastern part of Accra. That's Accra East District. They also have their number of this thing. Accra, we have Accra West District, which is proper Accra through to Dansoma and that kind of thing. They have over 50 juvenile clubs there.
Are they playing ball?
They are playing effectively. But the problem is that the viewership is now spread, you know, where third division are also attracting the viewership and the second division are also attracting the viewership. Unlike those days when we had only 10 second division clubs. Now we have close to 100 second division clubs and about 300 third division clubs. So the viewership is dispersed, especially spread, so that, you know, each of these divisions will have, you know, that kind of.
Okay, what GDA say, and now blaming you, the GFA, say juvenile football is dead. A woo response by Adom Sanko for no.
If juvenile football is dead, where there are no eggs, there will not be hatcheries, and where eggs are not hatched, there will not be chicken. And I'm talking about juvenile and the blasters. We are still producing blaster players. Where are they coming from? Are they falling from the skies? Are they falling from the moon? The blaster players that we have today are all coming from the juvenile system. So if the juvenile system were dead, where would this place be coming from? It has never been dead. But as I explained, it's because we have had other areas, you know, where the attraction of the game has gone to, has spread to. What you say?
Okay. So, juvenile football in Koso.
We are doing our best.
Who are chairman of the referees committee of the Ghana Football Association?
Yes, please, I am. By the grace of God.
Officiating a concern among Kofu, especially league na yebono. Say league no officiate they poor. Referees no a more homework. Officiating or Ghana Premier League no so any.
Well, this is the first time I'm hearing this for this season. I think that last season we improved. This season we have added more. And people are not really being very, very frank with themselves things are changing. The referees are doing their best, but the expectation, once a club loses, the first thing the technical, especially the technical team will be looking at, is to find somewhere to put their deficiencies. And the first area to put their deficiencies are on the referees. Referee away. But if you go deep into these things, the referees have not done anything. It's just that somebody must lose. It's a game of losing, drawing, or winning. Are you understanding me? But the first area, the first point of call to place the blame is on the referee. And that has been our problem.
The clubs ne blame referees ne keke se omo nya hwe club no wa bo match referee nya hwe no say obo referee ni so bo.
Some of the clubs, but I will not entirely exonerate the referees. Referees are human beings. They are human beings. So some of them can be what people are thinking. Some of them make genuine mistakes, but most of them, I tell you, are doing their best.
The three referees need bribes every club official so because you are not paying them. From I have the information. Over confirm myself no cry na say no cry. Say after a ball the 8th week, ABC 24th week,
it's not true. Let me tell you, it is true that the FA was owing the referees, but as I speak now, a lot of I cannot put my fingers into, but I know the FA has paid a lot of this money.
What you are saying? Can my records?
Good. I'm not supposed to be the person who pays. My business is to train, discipline, and appoint referees.
And as a chairman of the referees committee, you don't know how many weeks are yet to have referees. They're about 24 weeks. You should tell us how much. How many weeks?
See, please let me explain. Let me explain.
Okay, but you meet you.
Now, who pays referees?
FA.
Referees, no.
Okay.
Referees are supposed to be paid by the clubs.
Okay.
Referees are supposed to be paid by the clubs, not the FA.
Okay, fine.
But you find the FA paying because wherever there is sponsorship, the referees are paid on behalf of the club by the FA from the sponsorship. Mm-hmm. That is how it is. Because when you come down there in the second and the third division, even the juvenile clubs pay their own referee fees. Mm-hmm. Why shouldn't the premier clubs who are charging monies at the gates not pay their fees? Mm-hmm. But the Subor comes on top of the GFA because they try to pay these things through the mega sponsorship that comes.
But eventually clubs in the tria.
Yes.
Last season, club will be a tria and the officiating fee.
Yes.
This season, club will be a tria officiating fee.
So if they have tria, why are you blaming the FA for not triaing?
But clubs need tria. Say someone who tria my referees, no.
The clubs pay through their sponsorship.
Yes.
Where there's no sponsorship, the clubs must pay to the FA to pay to the referees. Mm-hmm. And the FA does not keep any money that the clubs have paid. No way.
Clubs, no, a man for blame more GFA for no. Say officiating you're poor because you are not moving to referees, no. The referee no kwa no wako jisi every club at Twitter no. I didn't tell them to referees no. Munko pesika na muntu referees no kane.
Where macho infane kopesika is the business of the clubs to pay, and in the presence of good sponsorship, the clubs pay through the sponsorship. So ekopesika atuya say ekobo buski ana ekoide. If you say ekopesika ekobo buski ana ekoide. So in fact the clubs are also suffering because clubs find money to pay referee fees and they go to their various venues and because of this European whatever, most people rather prefer to sit in the comfort of their homes and watch free European football matches. That's also taking a lot of bites.
Yeah, because your league is not attractive.
Man, for the past 2 years.
League is it attractive?
For the past 2 years, it's been very, very, very attractive. For
How? What from trade?
Especially this year, last year and this year, it's been tops. It's been tops, but we are getting there because it dipped. The attraction dipped. It dipped for a reason.
And it's still there.
No way, it's gone up.
What figures do you have to show? Say at the end of the
Well, I don't think I have any figures.
Okay.
Because I've never looked at it through.
Because it's all convincing me. Say.
Yeah.
It's all convincing me. Say. Ghana Premier League now. What you have to be say depo no. Peja. Then it's just a peja.
I think it's there for all of us to see, but I cannot give you any statistics. Mm-hmm. But it's there for all to see. If you compare the last 3 years to the last 2 and this year, it is there. It's evident that it's rising and it will continue.
It's rising. The stadiums are still empty. Officiating is bad. You are not paying the referees. Ningina count. I'm for say. I said the person who painted picture because Nilan Tevanda Percoca said the league is not attractive. If the league is attractive, other than any sponsorship,
thank you very much. I think that some of the things that come from some of the politicians, go to kill the drive for sponsorship. A Pro League, a league anyway. When we say all these things and people, why would they put their money inside? You, the fourth estate, the journalist, we expect you to play your part. Play your part by attracting, because this is the passion of the nation. This is something we all love. If you love something, will you do anything to spoil it? But we find ourselves, some of us in the fourth estate, find ourselves rather killing what we love. By saying Pro League, League ISA, League Airway. When we start talking good about our league, no matter how we find it, talk good about it. And I think this is where but you have a whole minister of sports going on air to damage and destroy a league which is directly under his tutelage.
Okay, Mr. Diloku, in 2011,
yes, sir.
You two Abama Nyantechi for the second time after the World Cup. Mukofa said David Riches at that time, on now English Premiership chairman. Mukofa Nabaha, English FA chairman, say Omebwa to improve our league. Modi delegation echo German Bundesliga. Say Mukushia, Namudi back to improve our league. Modi delegation across South Africa to go and learn from the PSL, Professional Soccer League of South Africa, to come and improve our league. Now no more stakeholders meeting, every journalists, sports callers near the Accra Conference Center to improve our league. Before the start of this season, move journalists, our Lisa Hotel to improve the league. All these things are near my move say, Mom say league no, and yet standard in your league no, and koye until the more person will improve. So we are still where we are we not?
No, we are not.
We
are not. Maybe your expectations of improvement is a little too high. I think that we are improving gradually. And if you care to know, I was in a CAF meeting in was it Cairo or South Africa some time ago? And Ghana.
Ghana country, mommy.
But just say Ghana country and nipa besri.
And yes, you would just say.
They point at Ghana's league, because they are judges. Judges must normally come from outside, and they are neutral judges. Look, they hold the Ghana league in very high esteem, but we don't know what we have. We don't recognize what we have, but that doesn't mean that we are at the best yet. We are working on it.
No, I'm Ghana league. I'm Ghana league. Necessary somewhere then, because Ghana, your team ko Africa, your nyade, your ko Africa Champions League. Na ye bon kwa quarter finals money zone yetimi duru. Recently mu referee back the Ghana #1 referee you suspended no by CAF FIFA indefinite. And then they say what is there to talk about league in munti awofo say samoko outside ayankofo kan wasem.
Now that's why I say we don't really appreciate ye wonu ye ni so nti na ye kan asema gunu. You want me to talk my head?
No, you can't say good league no fiana.
No fiana. You can't say good league no fi. I say
no,
look, when you go outside, you will see why is our president a vice president of the whole African football. It is so because people are appreciating what Ghana is doing. Now you're talking about our clubs not doing well to get to the money zone. It takes money to enter a money zone, and we don't have the sponsorship. When you go to South Africa, the amount of money that the corporate bodies are pushing, it's about time. It's about time we prevailed on these corporate bodies to invest in the game. When you go to the US, the amount of money that corporate bodies are investing in sports in general, my brother, is phantom.
Mr. Zenuku, Ujitumu said there are problems, real serious problems confronting the game, which you the FA football people must address. Ujitumu.
I will not disagree with that. I will not. It's true that we have problems. In every situation, there are problems. We have problems, and I think every day we are working. And we need you also to come on board. Come on board with constructive criticisms. But not fear, and no, that will not help us. Come out with constructive criticisms. Come out with ideas so that together we'll move Ghana forward.
Okay, now recently, Minister question in the chi and or chair calf or kafa, and yes, be our first vice keke, or no one or sign a or chair calf review committee, na no mokoye reforms kakra mo consistent date for couple of nations near ade nyina. Now Oba Ghana, give me concrete 1, 2, 3. This and to improve the system. Then can you tell me? Wait me, catch me.
You see, my Bible tells me that money answereth all things. Money answereth all things. Now, our bane is the lack of money, because if we need to improve, we need to invest. And the investors look at when Abramovich. Look at when you go to where the biggest league, the England and that kind of thing, the investment from external places, look at what you know what I'm talking about. You know it's better because you go into these things, and it will take money to send us there. But when you talk about management and the pragmatism of sending the FA forward, maybe a sure pass Ghana a boy model. That is more the reason why United didn't get to where it is by fluke. It got there because of the achievements on the ground in Ghana. So we are doing our best.
Now, yung Division 1 match B.
Yes.
Vision FC. Omoko Sporting Meren.
Yes, please.
Are you changing board? No? Did you see the changing board? No.
I didn't see.
I didn't see. Ntabo, you plywood. Any actual say you change. In this 21st century,
it's bad. It's really, really bad. I think these are certain things that we need to work on as a football association. It's really, really bad.
And to mean top scoreboard and Division 1 clubs, no.
You know what?
And any changing boards.
You know what? We bought a lot, but the handling. I understand me the handling, but I think that we still have a lot to do to improve in that area.
Okay.
A lot to do in that area.
Okay. Local Black Stars. You're our chairman of the local Black Stars. So local Black Stars be more free players on Bobo Ghana.
Yes. Yes.
Anytime you have free players, we are more free the best players in the local league.
As much as possible.
As much as possible.
That's right.
So the current team number one at the same.
Well,
is it really the best? Can they compete? Can they compete with Africa? Can they compete? Can they compete among other teams in Africa?
You see, it takes more than just bringing the best to be at your best. You know, a lot of things go to prepare the best team, and I think that we are lacking logistics. We are lacking the blaster. The national teams belong to the government, and the government has a ministry in place, to oversee the performances of this thing. We, the FA, we are only managers of the national teams. The FA is the manager of the national teams. We will need the owners, the custodians of the national teams to supply us the logistics, and we will perform. As we speak now, the Blaster B is in camp, and logistics are not forthcoming.
Because logistics, what you're saying?
Even what to eat is a problem.
What's it?
Even what to eat is a problem. It's not been easy getting these things.
The place never be.
It's not been easy getting these things.
I didn't know Kasa. Place ni nyɛ aduane ndi. You need to get better place na mo di.
Bureaucracy, you have to go through this thing and getting, there was a time when we were doing it. But I know as a matter of fact, that yes can be the time almost free. The government, the ministry, free scanu. It has become, and I think even during the handing over from the last government to this government, proper things were not done. So if we had those monies, we could be advancing them even as we wait for the owners of the teams to do what. But now we don't. Our money is locked up with the same owners of the teams. I understand me, and it's not been easy. It's not easy in getting what it takes to even get the best out of the best team. So we have got problems. I've said it loud and clear.
That
what you said, don't put words in my mouth.
Now, put words in your mouth. I'm asking you what you said. What do you, for the purpose of emphasis, what's it?
Adding.
What to eat?
Adding. Because what I mean is that now the government says they are de-emphasizing football from I don't understand that de-emphasis. Or
say the concentration on football is too much, so we are de-emphasizing the emphasis on football.
Thank you very much. You should know better. You should know better because you are, and there's something wrong with it. But if you are not careful, like I said, what aspect of sports in Ghana will travel and come out with $10 million? What aspect of this thing? The last time in 2010, the Black Star brought $10 million. Ekwe Dansoa, then the Minister of Sports in Atami's government, they brought this Yoko staff and took all the $10 million. They have it now. Now, if one sport can bring $10 million, what are the others bringing? My brother, it's nice that we have to look.
Because what I say football and the only discipline this kaba.
My brother.
No, maybe some what I say football and the only sport this kaba na.
Yes. What other sports brings in even $10,000? What other sports brings in even $10,000? Please tell me. And look, these players, even when they are putting their own monies back into the system, look at what Asamajan is doing now, investing. He has employed over 500.
And the person say, oh, problem with you see emphasis near the football is too. You do more football too much. And you de-emphasize it. Now you the other sport discipline. I don't want to see.
My brother, it's okay that to look at other disciplines, but they should not hold football at ransom, because it's only football which can bring money when taking very good care of, so that it can spread to the other sports. But if they kill the hen that lays the golden eggs, they have a problem.
Hen ben lay the golden eggs.
Football, of course, in sports, football, of course. We bring in money. Please mention even one other sports that brings in money. We bring in money. So now these days, anybody can wake up with his wife and children and form an association of a sort. It says this is, some even have leg twisting association. So that kind of thing. Please, let us be serious about this thing. Let us be serious about this thing. I'm not saying that we should not give the due whatever to other sports, but let us be careful about how we handle football. Football is the passion of the nation.
Yes.
And then when the politicians are going for the election, they don't go sharing boxing gloves. They don't go sharing spikes. What they go to share are footballs. So they must know what football entails for Ghana.
Now, just a final one. Now, me call quick break. Mr. Doku, what consider how much we spend on football? Do you know how much we spend on the Black Stars? A car your ball Black Star on says can
Thank you very much. Thank you.
What's up with the $10 million bar? More than $10 million bar. More consider how much we have spent before as a year $10 million no. Hold on. I'm going to commercial break. Mr. Edi Doku, or chairman of the Greater Accra Regional Football Association. Agoro form so Jumadi na when you go to Adom TV so no. Me never call into the Ghana Football Association issues be a course. So answer that question for me, and then my customer be saying other issues are air course within the Football Federation. Yes, say Regional Football Associations no. Ako President Kwesinya Ntecho Okacha ne say 2019 na or say Uncle Bium no one sign Uncle Bium. He will confirm to us whether it is true or not. Agro from me dey kwajo mensa moshosho abusanfo me ba sisia. Accra Regional Football Association chairman, also chairman of the Referees Committee of the Ghana Football Association, and also chairman of the Black Stars B Management Committee. On a minute, our Agro form Jumadi National. You spend $12 million our local our qualifying series. Se Ghana, you bob match back bia. You spending not less than $500,000 on each match. Mr. Idoku, you are aware of this. In this year, Namco fat $10 million, but it doesn't mean you've made profit.
Well, let me be frank with you. That I'm not really on top of how much is spent, but I don't. That doesn't mean I do not believe what you are saying. But I think that we can do something. We can do something about that. We can do a lot of things about that if things are done properly by reducing the cost of matches. We can do something about that, and I support fully if it could be brought to the most minimum level. I support it 100%.
Okay, $5,000 now you treat my player be so from 5,000, from 10,000 to 5,000. No, who support to idea?
I support it.
The first not $10,000
I agree with that. It was too much.
No,
I'm saying it personally, and I'll say it everywhere, anywhere. It was too much.
I don't think Regional Football Associations, Marco Shia question to say 2019 now or say on running for FA presidency in Biuno. On running.
It is not true. That is never. Yes, sir.
Okay, meet you.
Yes, sir.
Then I'm here.
Well, we were not happy with the way our president. We love him. The way we love him, I can assure you, because he's a very good man. He has done so much for Ghana football. So when he made that announcement, we, the RFAs, were not happy. And then let me tell you here in the whole, that all your listeners, that there's difference between the RFAs and other constituent bodies within the ESCO. The RFAs make the GFA. Mm-hmm. The RFAs make the GFA.
The RFAs make the GFA.
Of course, regional association, you know, they work for and on behalf of the GFA at the grassroots. I understand me. The other members doing their very good work, but they represent clubs. And maybe at the end of the day, the clubs belong to the various RFAs to make Ghana football what it is. And so the RFAs are really the people who are running Ghana football.
The RFAs, more running Ghana football.
From the grassroots. So our inputs cannot be overlooked at the top. I understand me. So we felt that the president, at least, he should have discussed the issue of a decision to whether to contest or not to contest before he went public. That was our only problem. But we didn't ask him not to, because it must still be his decision to contest or not to contest. We cannot force him not to contest.
Okay, into my position on the decision say 2019 on Kobiono, any day. What position is saying?
Well, I am not the spokesperson of the RFAs. But if you ask me personally,
yes,
I think that it should be his decision. He must decide what to do. Whether to go again or not to go.
Yes.
It still must be his decision, because, you know, but if you ask me, the workload will be too much for him.
So?
Come again.
So?
I will not conclude. I say that it must be his decision.
Yeah.
But if you ask me, the workload will be too much for him to do FIFA and do CAF and do GFA. But if he still wants to stay, I will support him.
Okay. But do you think he must stay?
I will not answer that question. It must be his decision. Look,
my personal opinion.
Read between the lines of what I'm saying. That it must be his personal this thing. Mm-hmm. I also think that the workload will be too much. Mm-hmm. But if he decides to stay, I'll still support him.
You.
So okay. read between the lines and draw your conclusions.
Unti wo de ono fu se so ka so okobi ma adwuma no be kese aman dodo. Adwuma no be kese aman dodo.
Yes.
Na kese on fa bi nto.
Me you are saying
no, that. No, on fa adwuma bi nto ana.
My brother, just take it the way I put it.
No, on fa adwuma bi nto ana wonye ni nyina.
Obanyasani obunube. One can say.
Okay. Yes, kwesi nyantachi ene Georgia free ntawantawa wo mutem. De na odi mfa ho. Omo kontokwa nyantachi Georgia free the message akoma nyantachi say or you wicked or you greedy or you selfish. We are aware of some message, you know.
Well, I've heard something close to that, but I'm not in a position to talk about that here to the public. No, I won't.
But we are aware.
No matter how much you push me, Musho.
No, we are aware now.
Yes, I'm aware.
Say what send some message in a call.
I say I don't want to talk about that.
Everybody the George I catch nyantachi say we are wicked and selfish and greedy.
I will not talk to that issue, please. Respect my
okay, just a final one for Abushan for Nyanko. Mr. Edidoku, what do you think of the rift between Kwesi Nyantachi and Georgia Free? That rift.
You see.
One the best suffer. You see. One the best suffer.
You see, let me tell you one.
Who suffer?
When I see my young brother Mbosho trying to go put his hands into my ears to find my brains, I have a problem with that. But let me tell you.
Who suffer? Between Nyantachi and George, who suffer?
Definitely, when there's a problem at the top, is the ground that suffers.
Yeah.
Let's leave it like that.
So the ground will suffer.
Who goes away?
The ground will suffer.
Definitely, they don't suffer.
Ocean for Agoro near there no. Na adie esa akwantufoɔ nti yɛ besia ne akɔ Mr. Edi Committee doku me da se pa na my rabbit I was trying to see whether they are always there for you. Me did you be some show jabi adu be say share biom that said there but me that 10 a.m. on Adom TV Agoro form yɛ de tia no me da se so hwɛ me ene ɛne dwumadie yɛbɛsan hyɛ bio yɛakra mo bye bye